The Alter Rebbe gives the answer. This is already the Shirach of Zayin Menachem Shabbos. And he says like this: Who? He says, you take a plant a seed. A person take a plants his avodah, and the schar for his avodah should be midah keneged midah. But there's a reason you get more than midah keneged midah, and that has to do with the fact that what you're getting back is not a reflection of what you gave. And to explain this, he gives a moshel. This shir, Shabbos shir, is all a moshel. Halderach moshel k'meishe zoyrin zeroyim anoitim garin. If a person plants seeds to produce, like we're learning in the Perek Echad Layoim, either tvua or kitnius or other kinds of zrayim. Yes, you plant seeds and something grows. Or noitin garden, you plant a seed which is going to become a tree, and the tia you use for ilanas, right? The seeds, the grain or the barley, whatever the case may be, which grows from the zera. Or the tree and its fruit that grow from the pit of the fruit. Says that it's not coming from the essence of the seed and from the pit whatsoever. And I'll interject. If what grows would be from the seed and from the pit that you planted, there couldn't be more, or much more at least, in what you get back than what you invested. You plant one seed, you get one stalk, for example. Maybe just more than one grain, but it's going to be very limited. The fact is, when you plant a seed, and especially when you plant a pit, you get theoretically back bli gvul, favos. When you plant a seed or a pit, it actually rots in the ground. It must. And as long as it doesn't rot, it's not going to germinate. And the fact that a subsequent crop grows is it's the power of procreation, the power of tzmicha, which is in the earth itself. It gives out and grows the shibelis. That means the stalk of grain or barley, whatever the case, or legumes, whatever the case may be, and the tree and its fruit. Okay? So in other words, you're planting a seed. It's not the seed that's producing the crop. Because if the seed was producing the crop, the seed would qualify the crop. The earth is producing the crop. And the earth, the Eibishter planted the keach ein sof in the earth. Raket is only. The earth is not going to bring out and reveal its possibility outside from potential to an actualization in producing a crop. You have to take a plant, a seed, and a pit that they rot in the earth. And their entire power is used up, is exhausted. And the possibility and the power of procreation, the power of growing, which is in the earth itself, they become one with the earth itself. And through this, so the power of tzmicha, the earth, produces as koicha, its possibility, and lapel actualization. The seed is a provocateur. The seed plants a seed, that's all. It makes a suggestion. In other words, you plant barley, you're not going to get that grapes, you're going to get barley. But it doesn't grow because of the seed, it grows because of the earth. Yes? Umashpia chayes, and it provides a flow of life, legadol, to produce sheboilis, a stalk and grain, like the seed that was planted. It's far more than one stalk. You plant one kernel of wheat. How many sticks, how many stalks can go one? Is it one per one? The mashmaz here is that it's not that way. I think that by Pishtan it's like that. But one seed can produce not one stalk of grain, but multiple stalks of grain, because it's not the seed, it's the earth. And the earth has emes keche inside. And this is especially true. Many fruit grow on one tree. Farvos. Because the reason it's growing is not the seed in the pit, the reason it's growing in the earth. And the earth is bli gvul and ein sof. Says the Rebbe, V'gam, moreover, not only is the kamos, is the quantity infinitely more, but that by fruit trees, mehusan, v'atmusan, shalapedes, the essence of the fruit, is mu'ula, is greater than, be'ili rava yotzam, with a great and intense advantage, l'mayla, much more, mehusay v'atmusay shalagaran netuah, than the essence of the seed which is being planted. In other words, when you plant wheat and you get wheat, so you're getting much more, but this was wheat and this was wheat. When you plant a pit and you got trees and a fruit, it's not only you're getting much more, you're getting a different echos, something which is in the lashon havalacha le'iden l'tainik, for pleasure and not just for mazin. The same is also true of fruit that grow on the ground itself. In other words, without a tree, that grow from seeds that are like pits, that the crop is a different muhus of the seed. For example, kishuin means melons, or Ravna, and so forth. V'hakel hu, and the reason for all of this, first of all, the chilik in kamos, and the chilik in echus, in quantity and in quality, because the core and root of the life of the fruit, nishpas flowing, it's coming from the earth, hakel l'chayes kol ha'peiros, which includes the life of all trees. V'agarunim and pits, hazruim, which are planted by earth in the seeds. I'm sorry, v'agarunim, hazruim ba'aretz, and the pits which are planted in the earth, ein and ella, are only keines erusa delatata, like an arousal from below. Hanikras, which is called b'shem halos man, and halos man is the Aramaic for an arousal from below. B'kisvei ha'arizel. But the chap is, this is not this erusa delatata, it's erusa delayela. This is not that I'm giving and getting back. I'm giving, and the earth is giving me. This is the moshel. And the nimshal is going to be, you do a mitzvah. The schar for the mitzvah is not only l'fiyarech the mitzvah, because when you do a mitzvah, you're zereya. You're planting, and the Eretz is giving you this chad. And since the Eretz is giving you this chad, that's why it's believable. This is the mosh. Okay, this is the shiur of Shabbos, right? Mm-hmm.